the notion of people being buried in different places because of their religion seems a bit strange to me, but I mean, I assume when you're dead, we're all going to the same place. I guess to each his own. So this is old Goulburn, and I guess the most significant feature of old Goulburn is coming up on the right here, in behind guard towers and barbed wire and brick walls, and that's the Goulburn Correctional Centre, as it's officially known, or the jail. Somewhere behind all those walls is the original, or are the original buildings that are historically significant because of their design and the time when they were built and so on. And then over the years, bits and pieces have been added on, including the maximum security wing, in an earlier time. I was much younger. I was involved in the round ball code of football, soccer we used to call it then. I played badly for one of the local clubs, and we used to play against a team from the jail. It was prisoners, and go into the field and the gates would be locked, and they'd play and they'd be taken back inside. The team was called Argyle, and I guess you had to be pretty good to get to play, pretty good in terms of your behaviour and so on. I'm not sure if we played the same team more than once, or each time they went out there was a different team. I don't think they were ever allowed to contest finals or grand finals or anything like that, which obviously played on the local association's home ground. The prisoners wouldn't be allowed out for that. You might be able to see that sign there, Riversdale, the National Trust property. Maud Street becomes Twynham Drive just about here. Just digressing, you see all these demountable buildings here, like you might see if your kids at school, especially in primary schools. Almost every school has some of these demountable buildings. They're just put here by the Department of Education as a place to store them, and I routinely see trucks either picking up morning or dropping off. So if your school is getting a bit overcrowded and needs more space, that's where the demountable classrooms are. They have to be pulled apart in sections to sit on trucks to be transported wherever they've got to go, and cleaned and all that stuff. But there's no shortage of them, that's where they are. So, getting back to Twynham Drive here, and hidden behind the trees here on the right hand side is Riversdale, which, as the sign says, is now a National Trust property. National Trust is a semi or government body, receives funding from the government, but it's not a government body, is what I mean, for looking after historic buildings. This one here, the Twynham family were one of the early settlers of this area, and I think originally this might have been their home, but at one stage it was a coaching station. And what I mean by that is, before the railway came, people came to Goulburn by horse and coach, like a stagecoach kind of thing, and morning they would stop there overnight and refresh. A bit like an Airbnb these days, except there were staff there who did the cooking and laundry and so on. I think it might have sort of fallen into disuse once the railway came. And now, as I say, it's a property of the National Trust, and it's open on weekends, and they sometimes have markets and things there. This giant iron bridge here is what's left of the railway line between Goulburn and Correctional, which was closed decades ago and will never reopen. I think for safety reasons, part of the bridge was taken down there to discourage kids from getting up on there and having accidents and whatever. I've lived in Goulburn since 1977, and I don't ever recall any trains going to Correctional, but it may have been in those early days. Some stage the railway line was closed. There were people agitating for it to be turned into a cycle path, walking path, whatever you want to call it thing. Goulburn Council is keen on it. The Upper Lachlan Council, that administers the area around Correctional, isn't so keen. Not sure why. There's no chance of the railway line ever reopening. I suppose part of the issue is who's going to pay for it. State government would have to cough up, or state and federal government would have to cough up the money. I suppose they're not all that keen to do that. Run about 10 k's, just a bit over 10 k's from when we started. Still got a bit to go to get home. This is Tarlow Street, I think it's called, or Tarlow Road, or Chancery Street. On the right hand side there is Tully Park Golf Club, which is the second of Goulburn's 2 golf clubs. I can't tell you which one's better to play because I don't play golf. Somebody once said golf was a good walk, spoiled by a little white ball. And I said I don't play golf, so I can't really comment, but I suppose it would be nice to just walk around the golf courses. Bye.